Hello students, very good morning to one and all. So unfortunately we have not discussed two important periodic properties. Two I think I have discussed ionization enthalpy and atomic radii and ionic radii I have discussed. So now we will discuss electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy, or this is also called electron affinity. Electron affinity. So electron gain enthalpy. Enthalpy means the energy change. Okay. So energy change whenever an electron is added to a neutral gaseous atom, and I have told you electron loss and gain occurs initially from the valence shell. That means the energy change accompanying when an electron get added to the valence shell of a neutral gaseous atom, that is called electron gain enthalpy or electron affinity. Okay, so write down its definition first. The energy change when an electron is added to the valence shell of a neutral gaseous atom in order to convert it into its uni-negative anion. In case of ionization energy, whenever you are removing an electron from the valence shell, then what happens? A positive cation was formed in that case. But right now the electron is added to the outermost shell. That means, again, if genuinely I can represent, suppose A present in its gaseous form, it gains one electron, let's say, and it get converted into A minus into its uni-negative anion, plus I can write over here del EGH. So this is electron gain enthalpy, that means energy change. Mostly this del EGH is negative, that is exothermic in nature, exothermic in nature. In most cases what happens, energy is released, but this electron gain enthalpy may be endogenic, may be exogenic. Okay, depending upon the nature of element. Depending upon the nature of element, electron gain enthalpy can be negative or positive. That means can be endogenic or exogenic. It depends upon the nature of element. Okay, depending upon the nature of element, electron gain enthalpy can be negative. Negative means exothermic, or positive. Positive means endothermic. So it depends upon the nature of element. Is that clear? Next, nature of element means, if I consider group 17 elements, what do you know? Their configuration, genuine configuration, that is NH2NP5. This is the valence shell configuration. So they eagerly needed one electron in order to get the nearest inert gas configuration. that is NH2 NP6. So it is their own interest. They need one electron to be to having octet configuration. So that's why here you are getting a large negative value of electron gain enthalpy. Okay, you are getting large negative value of electron gain enthalpy. Is that clear? For example, another I can consider, that is group 15 element. You just see group 15 elements. Group 15 elements having configuration. Group 15 elements having configuration NH2 NP3. You just see this valence shell is half filled. This is half filled. So due to half filled configuration, they have no interest to accept one electron. Okay, to accept one electron. Again, during the discussion of ionization enthalpy, I have also told you, due to half filled configuration, they never lose one electron also. So that the ionization energy, in case of group 15 elements, you are getting a high energy is required in this case to remove electron. So like that of since they are stable, they are stabilized through half filled configuration. Also, they don't need to accept one electron in this NP subshell or this p or beta. Okay, so group 15 elements, the generally group 15 elements having very low electron affinity, or you can say zero electron affinity, no problem, because of this half filled configuration. Okay, next if you consider group 18 element, zero group element, you know their configuration for zero group elements, their configuration is NH2 NP6, the stable configuration, noble gases. So here, do you think they will accept one electron very easily? No, they don't need to accept any electron, so that they have a zero electron affinity. However, if you forcibly added one electron, then what happens? Their electron gain in enthalpy, that becomes positive. So that's why I have told you the energy change during the addition of electron depends upon the nature of element to which electron is added. So it can be exogenic or can be endogenic. Is that clear? Next, how it varies in periodic table. We see. Generally, along a period, what happens? The nuclear charge go on increasing, because due to additional protons also, number of protons also increases from along a period. So variation in a period. So electron affinity go on increasing because nuclear charge increases, atomic size decreases, and the tendency to attract electron also increases. So definitely you are getting large negative values when you are moving from left to right along a period. I can write over here the negative electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy increases along a period. So variation in a group, tell me, variation in a group, as I have told you, in a group definitely the number of proton increases, but simultaneously the atomic size also increases due to additional energy levels. But what happens whenever you move from top to bottom? Such atomic size factor predominates over your nuclear charge. That's why the negative electron gain enthalpy decreases down the group. Okay, the negative electron gain enthalpy decreases down the group. Is the effect of variation of electron affinity or electron gain enthalpy in the extended form of periodic table along a period and along a group. That clear? Now There are an important exceptional case is there whenever I am telling about group 17 elements. Okay, so group 17 elements, first element fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. These are the group 17 elements. So as I have told you, whenever you move from top to bottom, what happens? The negative electron gain enthalpy decreases. The negative gain enthalpy decreases or electron gain enthalpy decreases. So like that of genuine order should be, you can write the electron gain enthalpy of fluorine, okay, must be greater than that of chlorine as per the general trend. But what happens? The case is reverse. The electron affinity, I can write over here, the negative electron gain enthalpy of chlorine is higher than that of fluorine. Why? This is because fluorine having configuration 1s2, 2s2 to p5. Is that clear? So fluorine has very smallest size, okay, because number of cells only 2. So in case of fluorine, suppose this is nucleus, this is K cell and this is L cell. How many electrons? 7 electrons. So this is K cell and L cell. K cell having 2 electrons, L cell having 7 electrons. Is that clear? So if I consider chlorine, so this is the nucleus of chlorine and chlorine 17, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Okay, so this is K cell and this one K cell having 2 electrons, this one 8 electrons L cell, and next that is 7 electrons. You see, if you compare the size here, the electrons are present in the second orbit, first orbit, they are very close to each other, and you know fluorine is the most electronegative element. Its electronegativity is found to be 4.0. The highest electronegativity of fluorine atom is there. So due to very compact size, the inter-electronic repulsion will be maximum. Okay, so due to such inter-electronic repulsion, the incoming electron from outside will suffer repulsion, maximum repulsion, so that the negative value of electron gain enthalpy in fluorine becomes less. That means this addition is difficult. But in case of chlorine, you see electrons are very away from each other because of, you see, this is the principal quantum number value is third energy level. So due to large difference in energy levels, due to larger size, the inter-electronic repulsion is minimum, so that electron addition becomes easy. That's why the exceptional case, that is the electron affinity of fluorine is less than that of chlorine. Clear? Next, I need to explain over here successive electron gain enthalpy. So it's very genuine thing. Whenever one element, a gas, gains an electron, then it gets converted into its uninegative anion. So you can say over here this del Eg electron gain enthalpy, that is somehow negative. Clear? So next, whenever you add second electron to this uninegative anion, so very genuine thing, already it has negative charge by gaining one electron, and further addition of electron is difficult because of repulsion. You have to predominate over repulsion. That's why the here A2 minus. So what happens here? This becomes positive. This is exothermic, while this one, the second one, becomes endothermic, and this endothermic value go on increasing gradually because of this magnitude of negative charge increases. For example, I am saying this oxygen gas gains an electron, get converted into O minus gas. So here del Eg, that is near about minus 148 kilojoule per mole. Okay, But whenever this O minus again gains one electron, get converted into O2 minus gas. So here you see the electron affinity value or electron gain enthalpy value, that becomes plus 748 kilojoule per mole, near about. You see how endothermic the second step becomes, how endothermic energy is to be provided. Okay, so this is all about your electron affinity. Next periodic properties, that is electron negativity. Electron negativity. Electron negativity means again the interest of some species towards electron. Okay, electron negativity means interest towards electrons, that is called electron negativity. It is not confined to any single element, any single atom, you can say atoms of any single element. Rather, this term is relative to one another. Relative to one another means here we consider a molecule. Molecule means that is A, B, that is a heterodiatomic molecule, you can say. So in this molecule, what happens? The shared pair electrons, suppose B is more electronegative than A, that means there must be some electron negativity difference over here. So if B is more electronegative than A, then the shared pair electrons are attracted towards this B. They never leave this position, but due to more electronegative nature of this B, the shared pair electrons are attracted towards B. Okay, so this tendency of attracting the shared pair electrons towards itself, that is called electron negativity. It is a relative term. Okay, so definition it can be written like this: it is the relative tendency of an element to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself, that is called electron negativity. For example, HF molecule I am considering, you know, fluorine is more electronegative than chlorine, so the shared pair electrons are attracted towards fluorine. As a result, what happens? This becomes positive deficient and this becomes delta negative. So this one is called a dipole, I have told you. So this is called electron negativity. In your extended form of periodic table, the most electronegative element, that is fluorine, having 4.0 electron negativity, and next one, that is oxygen, having 3.5 electron negativity, and next, that is nitrogen, having 3.0 electron negativity, likewise. Next, if I consider the variation in the periodic table, variation in periodic table, that is, first you told me along a period on moving left to right in a period, effective nuclear charge increases, you know, due to additional protons in the nucleus. So if effective nuclear charge is more, then the electrons are strongly attracted towards the nucleus, so attraction tendency also increases. So I can say the electron negativity increases along a period. Similarly, electron negativity decreases down the group. So this is the concept of electron negativity. Again, factors affecting, that is, first one, you know, if I consider nuclear charge or atomic size, the same thing, with the smallest size having more nuclear charge also correspond to more electron negativity nature. Okay, and another concept is concept of hybridization. Okay, you will be taught regarding hybridization in chemical bonding chapter, but there are three types basically. In case of carbon atom, three types of hybridization are there: sp, sp2, sp3. Okay, so here the electron negativity of sp hybridized carbon is more than that of sp2, is more than that of sp3. It depends upon the S character. Here sp having 50% contribution, so S character you can say 50%, and here S character, that is I think 33.3%, and here the S character you can say 25%. Okay, so more the S character, more is the electron negativity. So now let us discuss the overall change in periodicity that we have discussed till now. Okay, so first one, that is atomic size. Atomic size down the group increases, and atomic size along a period decreases. That clear? Next you can say ionization energy. Ionization energy down the groove decreases. Ionization energy along a period increases. Next, electron affinity down the groove decreases. Electron affinity along the period increases. Okay. Next, I have also explained that is next, electron negativity, same trend, decreases. Electron negativity increases. Another extra property you can say metallic character or metallic nature down the groove increases. Metallic nature along a period decreases, and for non-metallic character the case is reversed. For non-metallic character I can write over here non-metallic nature or character down the group decreases, along a period increases. And these are the overall change in properties of periodicity that we have represent. So with this I finish your periodic classification of elements.